Oh, you're so mean. Okay. Hello everybody, it's KJ from Two Equestrian Friends, and today I am going to be doing a video on how to groom and tack up your horse English. Sadly, Aspen is not with us today, so I'm going to be doing this video solo. And if my voice sounds weird, it's because I have a little a cold in my throat. Yeah. Okay, today the beautiful model is going to be my pony Nadir. He's camera shy. Okay. So to groom up, to groom, you're gonna need probably like a curry comb. There's either a metal curry comb or a rubber curry comb. I usually use the rubber one unless they're like really muddy. And then you're gonna need a brush. You want either a soft brush or a thick thistled brush somewhere. Like this. It's more like thick, but this one isn't my thickest, it's like my medium. Alright. Then you are also going to be needing a hoof pick. There's one without the little brush end like this, so you can use either one. And if you want to, you can use a face brush, and also if you want to, you can comb their mane and tail. So I'm just going to be doing the normal stuff. Okay. So what you're gonna do is use one of your body brushes and just brush everywhere besides the face, and yeah, just like make sure you definitely get under their belly where the girth area is going to be as well, and on their chest and on their back. Everywhere where the saddle is going to be is a must clean area, but you can also do their butt and their legs if you really want to. And if you're going to use a curry comb, the rubber curry comb, you just use in circle motions, and the metal you use like this. Just do it straight line. Make sure it's not like hard enough to where you're pretty much just like impaling it in them. Make sure it's soft just to get the mud off. Okay. Alright, next is going to be the hoof pick. I'm using one without the brush on the end. So what you do is usually tap them on their shoulder right here to let them know that you're going to pick up their foot. Then you keep sliding your hand down, and see like right here, there's like this little part where you can like press down. So what you do is you squeeze it with either these fingers or these fingers, and they usually helps them pick up their hoof. And if that will not work, there's this part called the fetlock. Just use that to pick it up. And then every time you hold their hoof, even if it's muddy, you always hold like right here or right here like this. And you just pick it out. Yeah. Though there is one area you must always avoid, and it's this little V shape right here, you see? Try never ever to hit it and do that with it. That is a very sensitive part of their hoof. So you're going to do this to all 4 feet. Okay, the next part we're going to be doing is just brushing off their face. Usually you want to use a really soft, just like face brush. You can get these at a local tack store or something like that, and it has to be a face brush, or you can use a really soft body brush that you can use, but I prefer using the face brushes. There are a bunch of different types. I'm using my rubber one. I also have like a black one, so yeah. No dear! The only reason I do this is because I want to. There's no really reason behind it. Okay, this is one of the things that you don't have to do, but I do it anyways because he loves it, always falls asleep whenever I do it. And it's just like brushing out their mane and tail. And you can use this with either like a regular hairbrush that's like really old that you don't care about, or you can just like get one from like Best Buy. You can get one from like the Dollar General, Walmart, Target, other places like that. And you can also get like a regular just comb brush thingy. Okay, so you're also going to want probably some shoshin. It's going to make your life a lot easier. So mainly all you do is just spray, 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 spray. Yeah. Shoshin is especially helpful if you have like a horse with a really thick tail and or a lot of burrs in their tail and mane. So you can always just use that to help pick them out because it makes their mane and tail a lot smooth. It's like conditioner that you just like spray in. So what you're going to do for their tail, you always want to like, you don't have to do this, but I usually do. It's really helpful. You just like twirly, twirl, twirl, twirl. And this, in my opinion, is a lot easier than just like going from the top and down, or just like down, down, down like that. It's just a lot easier. So do, 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 do. Boy. Usually for the mane you do not have to use shoshin, especially if they have like a really thin mane, and if people brush it out really often, you don't really have to use shoshin for it. You just do it like this. Always start from the bottom and then work your way up to the top so that you don't rip out as much hair. And that is how you just groom the horse. Okay, now for the hard part, which is tacking up. Okay. There we go. I really need to clean out this trailer. Okay. So since this is tacking up English style, you are going to want English tack. So this includes a very dusty saddle pad since it has been sitting in there forever. You're going to want an English pad, it can either be a square or it can be a saddle fit pad. I don't know what it's called, but it's sort of like one that just shapes the saddle. So it looks like that. Okay, so you're going to want saddle pad. If your trainer and or owner of the horse says that he needs to be ridden with a half pad, you use a half pad. None of my other horses require a half pad, just him. So, half pad optional, you do not have to have one. Of course, one of the most important things is a saddle. You're going to want one that fits you. You're going to make sure it has leathers and stirrups. And you are definitely going to want to make sure that this fits your butt, because you do not want to be sitting in a saddle that is like way too small for you. Okay. Usually if you're taking lessons, they have saddles there and they will tell you which one will fit you. So that works pretty well. Next really important thing, you're going to want a girth. It can be fleece or leather or synthetic or whatever. I'm using a fleece. You're going to want to make sure that it fits your horse. Okay, the next thing, not a lot of people, some people use this, others don't, is a breast collar. If you use this, yeah. If you don't use it, then cool. So a breast collar is probably going to be needed. Give me a second. Look. Okay, next you're probably going to want a helmet. Actually, you are going to need a helmet. And then there's also a bridle involved. There are many different types of bridles. I just use a regular bridle with a noseband. That's all I use. It's not really that fancy. Okay. I'm duped. Okay. Now for the tacking up process. Some people put this on last. I put it on first because I'm too lazy and it was the first thing there. And I can put it on without having to put on the saddle. Hi. Okay. So, if it has a clip, all you do is unclip it. If it does not, what you do is you slide it over their head. Lard. Like that, and then unclip this, pull it around, and then do it like that. But since mine does not have that, I am not going to do that. So I just clip it, pull it around like this. Voila. And you're always going to want to make sure if there are like holes or something like this, it's always going to be on the top, not the back of the leather is not going to be facing the, not going to be on top. It's usually like the color leather stuff. Yeah. Oh, just, okay. This is usually what people put on first is the saddle pad. So if you look at the saddle pad, you'll see there's this and or this stuff. This is always going to be facing the front, like so. And in case you do not know, there's this thing called the withers. You're always going to want to put it like right on top of the withers right here. And this is usually where the girth goes, so I usually align this with the girth since the girth goes through that. If you're using a half pad, see how it's got It's deeper down here and then shallower up here. You're gonna put the deep part in the front, like so. Okay. Next is the saddle. Okay, so how the saddle looks is sort of how it goes on. See, like up here, this is where you sit your butt, so you're not gonna wanna place it like this, where you're facing behind. Yeah, so you're always gonna wanna make sure that this part is always up here. Oh yeah, before I forget something, where like, you see like the little lining part right here, this is always going to be right on their spine area. Okay. And then I'm going to teach you something really important. This helps keep horses in commission, because we've had this thoroughbred who gets wither rub right on his wither, obviously. So what you do is usually right here where the tip is, you're going to want to pull up, and so it looks like that. And if you look down here, it's just got a bunch of space so that the saddle does not rub on the wither right here. Okay. So, next is for the girth part. Yeah. So you slip it through here, and you'll see there these little thingies. I don't know what they're called. You can put these on any hole, not on any hole. You can put these on any of these. You can put them right here, put them right here. You can put them like the front ones, like right here, which is what I usually do, like this. And this one is just like, yeah. So this is how I usually do it. You do not have to do it this way, but I do. And if you know your horse well enough, you like know which hole to put the girth on. Alright, and before we go over to the other side, you see this little part? Yeah, this attaches to the saddle. And if you flip up this little part, it usually always has it. There's like this little ring right here. So what you usually do is you slip this through the ring like so, and then pull it back over and put it on the set hole that your instructor tells you to. But you'll see the girth. See? You have to, now what we're going to do, bring it over and around and pull up, pull up, pull up. You're going to, sorry, I moved him over because he's being a brat. Make sure these little things, I'm going to call them billets. You're going to want to make sure they're on the like same ones as they are on the other side. And you're going to attempt to tighten the girth as much as possible over here. Okay, and you know what we did on the other side with this? We're going to do the exact same over here. So push this up, go through the ring like so, and put it on the set hole. Ugh. If you step on my foot, little brat. Okay. Now, usually girths have these little rings on the bottom right here. See the little rings? If your girth does not have that, kitty! Aw, kitty. Okay. If your girth has these rings, you're in luck if you have a girth like this where it has a little clip. Some girths just don't have a clip and have like a little slot, like it's just like this where you put your girth through. And if you have one with a clip, it's okay, like you can buy like a little attachment thing where it like clips on and it's got that thing where you pull the girth through. Yeah, it's hard to explain. He's asleep. Okay, Oh, now you're awake. Now you're awake. No. Don't step on the rock. Okay. So usually what you do with this is you pull it through here and then put it on the ring, like so. And if your girth does not have the ring, what you do before you pull it on over here, before you put the girth on over here, you just slip it through the thing and then do it like that. So it's not really that difficult. Now what you do with your stirrups is you just put them down like that. Usually the horse will not care because they're asleep or something. Okay. Now the hardest part in my opinion is bridling. So mainly before you, ow, my butt. That hurt. Alright, before you put on the bridle, you usually put on your helmet. Some people put on their helmet whenever they're tacking up so that they don't forget to put it on, but I just put it on right before I bridle because I'm like that. Okay. Some people put their hair up like they do for shows. Whenever they're putting on their helmet, I just put my helmet on like a weird person. Sorry, my thing's weird. There's like a pony rides going on yesterday for a birthday party, and I let them use my helmet, so now it's all jacked up. And yeah, what? Ugh. Okay. Sorry, I gotta check something. Okay, sorry. So for the bridling part, it's probably going to be the hardest. So whenever you put it over their head, you want to make sure that your reins are like not all tangled up, so you don't put them on like this, and then it's just chaos. So that they're like, yeah, it's hard to explain. All right, I need to bridle up over here. I usually bridle up where my right hand is by their face, just because I'm weird like that. Okay, so what you do is you put your reins over the head like this, and then you take off the halter. Usually the horse will not try to run away, like him, because he's too lazy. And this is probably going to be the most difficult part to explain. That you put your right hand, or the closest hand, over their head, and you put the head of the bridle like this. So you're going to want to hold the bit like this. It's really difficult to master. Like, it took me a couple months to actually get this right. And you're going to put it in their mouth. Usually, some horses just open it. Some horses, you have to wiggle your fingers in their mouth to get it to open, to get their mouth to open. So the fetlock is usually going to be stuck under the brow band, so you're going to want to pull it up so that it's not stuck under there. And yeah. Sorry. The brow band is what you're usually going to tighten the first, and or the throat latch, which is this little latch that you just grab from over there. Try to make sure it isn't tangled or anything like that. And then usually there's like this little empty thingy that you can put it on. You can put it on any hole you want, but try to make sure it isn't too tight nor too loose. This one is too loose, but it doesn't get any tighter. So you're going to want to make sure there's like 3 fingers that you can fit between their throat and the latch. Okay, now this part is going to be like the one that you make sure is really tight, especially since they try to avoid the bit by opening their mouth. So, see, he yawned so that he doesn't have to do this. So, There's going to be like a little clippy thingy right here, like this, if you can see it at all. Yeah, I know, you don't like this. So what you're going to do is put it through there like you would usually do with everything else, and then pull it as tight as it can be. I hate this, by the way. Just saying. There we go. And then usually if there are any like things that you put through there. Okay. Stop. If you guys use any running martingales and running martingale attachments, standing martingale attachments, anything like that, I use a running martingale attachment. What I usually just do is attach it to this little ring right here. So there's usually like a ring in the center of their chest for the breast collar. That's usually where you would hook it up to, and I need to fix this. It's twisted. And yeah, that is pretty much just how you tack up and groom a horse English style. If there's anything I need to be clear on, let me know, because I'm pretty sure I sucked at this. It was my first time ever doing it, so I'm really sorry if it was really bad. But yeah, thank you, and make sure to have fun whenever you're riding. Bye!